So this is the stage where it's come into the workshop. We've had a good look at it and we've marked it out following every other annual ring. So it's mark a year, miss a year, mark a year, miss a year. And that is done authentically around any little knot that deviates the annual rings or any little beginnings of growth. We will keep that. So everything at this stage is marked out. The rings come closer together where it would have been a slower growth pattern, or where you've got here quite big areas between the annual rings, because this is where the tree split into three with the main stem and big limbs, huge limbs going in different directions. So these are the complicated bits where each branch has got its own concentric annual rings, and there's the main stem has got its growth pattern. So where those things come together is where we've got these complicated areas that sometimes are quite difficult to resolve, but these, it just seemed to follow through nicely. You won't be able to just nicely work along it with your gouge. You're going to be chopping in from different angles and using a range of different curvatures of gouges for getting into the valley of that. And this massive area of missing is a bit ugly at the moment, because all we've done is literally take off the bark and the sapwood. So the shape is just the shape where the sapwood ended, more or less. What we will do once we've carved the majority of it is then look at that missing bit and see where we need to take quite a bit of material out to make it read nicely and create lovely shadows. And this will all be smooth or chip carved, but tiny little marks. Yeah, this is that branch. So where the centre of that branch is, there, you see there's much more material on one side than the other. That usually expresses the tension that you would get on the top of a branch and compression that you'd get at the underside of a branch, just from gravity. This circular flat area is where we've decided the base will be. So we got it into that position. I think it was balanced actually. So then Phil got right down low with a pencil on a block of wood. So it marks a line that's parallel to the floor all the way around. Then if you find the centre of those marks, you know if you make a flat there, then it's going to be in the right place. That little device was a trick that an Italian sculptor that came to help me carve some pieces, and we must have been marking the bottom of the spheres that we were carving for that project, and he said, no, I'll show you how we do it in Italy.
It's drying out very rapidly, so it's becoming quite brittle in places, and there's lots of cracks to navigate. It's coming around a little bit, it's going to be really prominent and soon, so it all has to be good and crisp. It takes quite a bit of time because the curves get tighter and tighter, so they they just take a bit more time and thought and different chisels to get the curves right.